Hello and welcome everyone to New Moon 2022 Cycle 4, also known as Blood Moon number 1. We are back for the second stream of the round robin stage, so by the end of this week we will have our top 8 participants moving into the top cut bracket. And I mean, look at it so far, it's looking very close, so the competition is going to be really fierce. Look forward to all of the matches for today. But before we start, let me briefly explain what is Blood Moon and how the tournament works. So normal New Moon is our weekly round robin tournament, and we have public setups, which means that after the tournament starts, everyone can see what everyone else is playing, and that's what casters usually go through before the match. And normal New Moon lasts for 1 week, however Blood Moon is the more serious and the basically big tournament variation of that, and it's a 4-week tournament with 2 round robin weeks and then 2 top cut bracket weeks. And obviously we are at the second round robin week, which means on Monday we'll be starting the top cut bracket and going through that. And by the end of the tournament, the winner will receive the special Moon Master role, which is a special role that lasts until the next Blood Moon. And before we get started, I do want to give a quick shout out to Orbitaris for donating $3 between last stream and this stream, saying, always enjoy watching the stream, keep up the good work guys, and thank you again for the donation, and thank you everyone for joining us for these streams. Alright, and with all of the introduction out of the way, joining us today on commentary will be Neryth and Symes. Hello guys.
Hey guys, it's great to be here.
Yes, hello, Net Battlers. It's always good to be back on commentary.
Yeah, it's good to have you both. Thank you both for joining us today. And without further ado, let's head into the setups for our first match with WeenieWhistle via SoulXCross.
Ooh, so it looks like a Gregor versus Gregor mirror matchup today for the first set of the day. And both of them are around 1500 HP, Soul a little bit under at 1450. Major difference in your cust being that WeenieWhistle opted for that air shoes, while Soul went for float shoes. So Soul has an extra cust over WeenieWhistle here. And it looks like it's going to be V code versus F code.
Yeah, WeenieWhistle actually is going to be going for those Bubble Star Elect Dragon combos. And both players here have Super Vulcan with attack plus 30. So we'll probably see a Super Vulcan come out on both sides.
Oh yeah, both players are going to have to watch out for that. The Super Vulcan in Beast with attack plus 30 and White Capsule would chunk out their opponent for more than half their HP, so that's going to be a real game changer when it does get played. The V code with the Bubble Star Elect Dragon combos, as always, is going to be a big threat there, so Soul's going to have to watch out. It might be worth using Element Man to try to get a D cross on Elect Cross. Other than that, I think Soul opted for only 3 Mega Chips, Erase Man, Judge Man, and Element Man, so all of the major utility Mega Chips, but WeenieWhistle didn't go for any SP Navi Chips, even though he's running the full 5. Instead, he's got Penku Man and Blast Man, so a little bit of a Erase Cross and Tomahawk Cross hate coming up from WeenieWhistle here, not wanting to let their opponent sit on those crosses. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think with that we can get right into.
I think the one thing we didn't mention is that WeenieWhistle is running the Colonel Force Grab Revenge combo, while Soul is running Ace, which is an F code, of course.
So they're starting on this cube field here, so yeah, we see WeenieWhistle going for Charge Cross here. Probably to destroy one of those cubes. And also just to get that extra cost size to go for those Elect Dragon combos.
Yeah, the additional cust from Charge Cross is going to be a big help to WeenieWhistle, who does have one cust less than Soul.
Okay, and we see Soul here going for the Life Aura. And so, ooh, with the slow gauge too, but this is a good sanctuary for WeenieWhistle this turn.
Yeah, Soul getting a decent value of turn 1 Life Aura slow gauge play. WeenieWhistle also has slow gauges and no fast gauges, so this is going to be a probably a buster down right here. Weenie does draw the Wind Rack, so he'll be able to deal with this Life Aura almost immediately. Oh no!
Soul misses the base plus 30. Ooh.
Yeah, that would have been 720 damage coming out from that Giga Chip. And now we have WeenieWhistle here holding their own Colonel Force, but electing not to take it this turn. Instead, WeenieWhistle is going to go for this Wind Rack Super Vulcan play.
Yeah, if this lands, this would be the first round. We'll see if Soul has any defense for it this turn.
Ooh, and the full cust comes out as well, giving Soul a little bit more time here and getting some extra value out of this Invis that's already in play.
We'll see if WeenieWhistle decides to keep their Super Vulcan, or ooh, it looks like they're going for a Q-Force here. Oh no, they're deciding to keep the Super Vulcan.
Ooh, Erase Man coming out from Soul. Oh, into a Wind Rack and his own Super Vulcan. And Soul manages to close out that first match.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play by Soul with using his Invis with the full cust, which prevented WeenieWhistle from using his Super Vulcan and allowed Soul to use his own Super Vulcan.
Turn 1 here, WeenieWhistle blocks Soul's Magnum with an Invis right off the bat. Oh. It gets decrossed, knocked right out of Charge Cross here by Element Man.
So it looks like WeenieWhistle is just gonna use these bubble stars with the Electros charge shot. Doesn't have the Elect Dragons to use with them.
Unfortunately, WeenieWhistle isn't going to get any more mileage out of those remaining chips. Not able to break through the life aura. And looks like Weenie is going to go for a Kernel Force this turn with a Tactical Sturdy.
Oh wow,
no.
Area grab coming out from Soul this turn.
Wow, that entire Kernel Force got reduced and then blocked right there. First by the area grabs, and then the anti-damage blocking the actual hits.
Yeah, also that boulder prevented one of the soldiers from coming up.
Yeah, Soul can't get complacent here though. If just a little bit of damage connects and then the Super Vulcan, it will still be game in Weenie's favor, so even with this 330 HP advantage, Soul has to try and squeeze out that remaining damage.
WeenieWhistle has no defense this turn either, except for potentially getting a block with that risky honey. Ooh, I'm not sure what happened to Soul's Super Vulcan there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was some collision damage right there that applied to Weenie.
So WeenieWhistle takes that round with the with his own Super Vulcan. That was very unfortunate for Soul getting the collision damage to cause blinking on WeenieWhistle, so his Super Vulcan missed.
Yeah, and that was just the right amount of damage as well, even catching Soul on the grasp panels right there, so that the Blast Man would do double damage. And now WeenieWhistle has their own Life Aura of turn 1, which will give them an edge in this charge cross face-off. And it looks like WeenieWhistle will get one more. Chooses not to release it.
Could be a lot of damage coming out from WeenieWhistle this turn. Ooh, Soul does just manage to get the Wind Rack out to remove WeenieWhistle's life aura.
Yeah, and this Erase Man will also paralyze WeenieWhistle at the same time.
Oh no, WeenieWhistle's Bubble Star misses, but does get the counter hit. Now we see Soul with this slash cross here.
Does manage to get the advantage in one of those charge shot trades. So one option WeenieWhistle could go for here is actually elect Beast into the Beast Charge, into the Super Vulcan, confirm it. But it looks like WeenieWhistle's just going to go for the Sanctuary play and try to trade charge shots.
Oh wow, Soul gets the buffered movement down to protect his area there. Oh, and WeenieWhistle finishes it off with the Buster.
Yeah, very close match. Soul just stepped into that final charge shot there, which reduced him to 1 HP. Otherwise, it would have been... it would have dragged into the next turn, where who knows who would have won. But yeah, well played to WeenieWhistle and SoulXCross. And with that, I think we can jump into the setups for our next set of the day, which is ShironaNep versus playerzero. So we saw the Gregar versus Gregar matchup. Now we're seeing Falzar versus Falzar. These setups are pretty different though. ShironaNep is opting for this Gig Folder +1. So it's going to have both Hut Batch and Bug Death Thunder here. And it's only a 1500 HP Falzar setup, so relatively low HP for a BDT build. And there's also Tango in here, so I guess that would partially explain the low HP. And on the other side, we have playerzero with the Gambling Buster, Attack Max, Speed Max, Charge Max, all the Buster stats bug. And it's an 1800 HP setup. And playerzero is playing A-Code with Neo Variable Meteor Knuckle as usual. There's an uninstall and Machine Gun 1 there, R-Code uninstall, and then Life Aura. So all of the good stuff in A-Code, right? The Elect Dragon, Fire Hit 3, Risky Honey 3, Elect Pulse 2s, to go with these Wind Racks, so there's the Beast Rush combo available with that as well. And meanwhile, from ShironaNep's side, we're seeing this kind of L and B code, and it is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Opting to take the SP Navies in B code, so Protoman SP and Blastman SP. Both of those are good against Falzar crosses specifically. And then kind of light on the offensive chips in this folder due to the presence of BDT. So gonna have to lean into the BDT, hope to get an early BDT pop and just start pumping out the Dark Thunders onto the field. So other than that, there is the Bubble Star Elect Dragon combo and the Magnum, but that's pretty much it in terms of the offensive options for ShironaNep. And with that, I think we can head into the next match. We see an Ice Cube and Ice Panel field right here. And turn 1 uninstall, but I'm not sure if Shirona's going to try to pair it with this Bubble Star. It would be... well, yeah, let's see what happens here. And opting to go into Spout Cross instead of Dust Cross. playerzero going to Dust Cross can suck up this free 400 damage here. Ooh, and turn 1 Life Aura as well. This is gonna block law of this damage. Ooh, but player 0 not able to center himself thanks to these ice panels. This will give ShironaNep the time to go into Tengu, back B to get rid of the life aura, and retain these chips, so Shirona won't lose any value. Ooh, player 0 going into Beast. Gain an immediate decross before ShironaNep can even get rid of the life aura. But this ×2 erase band will deal with it. Ooh, and having a Magnum to follow up there to at least get rid of the Dust Cross as well. But ShironaNep now down to 220 HP. Tango kicks in, giving a 300 recovery and then this 100 barrier. So I think that was a Wind Rack Elect Pulse 2 into a Aqua Sword that did the decross onto Tengu right there. So a very clean combo to remove that Tengu cross. Oh, it was Pulse first. Okay, so Shirona gonna try to complete this area lock, not quite getting it. Player 0 managing to step through that Elect Dragon. Just dodging it by stepping forward. Shirona getting this recovery 300 and Hub Batch this turn. Might be able to buy some extra time with that. But if PZ has Neo Variable and Meteor Knuckle, I think that would still be able to do the trick this turn.
The Pulse 2 is gonna go ahead and remove that anti-damage from Shirona. And gonna use Slow Gauge here at the end of this turn.
Yeah, pretty rough situation for Shirona here. Able to go for this hub or this BDT drop this turn simply because of the defensive chips. But Erase Man is going to do double damage and decross. And here come the Dark Thunders. Ooh, PC gonna get this area back and pop that anti-damage, interrupting the charge shot.
And Shirona going for the Recuv this turn instead of going for the Proto Man SP, even on this Tengu cross.
Ooh, both Dark Thunders connecting there. Oh! Oh. Somehow, player 0 did not get 8 Knuckles on that 9-panel configuration. I am a little bit disappointed. Shirona able to squeeze into this next turn just tanking the Meteor Knuckles, and that Neo variable did not have time for that Invis to expire first.
Yeah, that was extremely risky, not using that Invis to TFC the Meteor Knuckle. And players here are going for a ground cross here to avoid those BDTs.
Oh, so the Proto Man damage will sneak in here. Last Man is going to be tossed away in that exchange.
Oh, but player 0 gets the uninstall machine gun there. Oh no, slightly messes up the timing there to get the BDT off the field.
Oh, those Dark Thunders actually weren't perfectly stacked, so they didn't both leave the field. Only one of them did.
Yeah, that was very interesting timing on those BDTs. It looked like they were synced, but yeah, the one went a different direction.
Right off the bat with the full cust here by turn of dust digging. But of course both players are going to benefit. Player 0 also hopping into SoulXCross.
Yeah, and the turn 2 BDT here, but it looks like they're just going for a Life Aura this turn instead.
There's
now
the
we see Corona use that BDT.
This is a very dangerous situation for Shirona though, being close to a Tengu Y.
Yeah, they do have that very clutch area grab to save them. And player 0 manages to avoid getting decrossed by that anti-damage. Ooh, and gets the corner knuckle.
Yeah, 4 hits there, which is surprisingly, I think, just the average for a 4-panel configuration. Player 0's luck not showing up to this set. PZ choosing to go into Tomahawk Cross now.
Yeah, having that status guard against DDT is definitely very clutch.
Ooh, it's Proto Man SP. It's gonna get blocked by the anti-damage. But this will allow Shirona to get rid of Tomahawk Cross. Tango being popped here.
Yeah, we see Tango come out.
hub batch and a recovery 300 being queued up here.
I don't think we've seen that many of the pulse racks from Player Zero yet, so I'm wondering if we might be seeing a beast out here. We're going for ground cross.
Ooh, Shirona stepping back from that erase man. But player Zero also stepping back from this judge man here. Both players missing their Invis piercing attack. And PZ catching Shirona here with the Spoutman SP.
And the Elect Dragon coming out at the end of the turn.
Yeah, Shirona should be able to step back from this, but it'll also make Shirona's movement a bit predictable here for PZ to capitalize on. Oh! Shirona still with this heavy defense available and its recovery 300. If Shirona is able to get this area grab off as well, it will be a full area lock, and PZ won't have that many options available to actually dodge these Dark Thunders.
Oh, it does get the drill drive though. But this bubble star would leave player Zero with only 1 HP left and in a bubble. Oh, but player Zero manages to get the invis off in time.
Being finished off by that bubble star there at the end. ShironaNep takes the set. Well played to ShironaNep and player Zero.
Yeah, well played to both players. That was an interesting game to watch with the BDT against that A code, but there's just a few extra BDT hits there, which really ended up making the difference.
Yeah, definitely that BDT value, just doing so much damage over time. But yeah, I think with that we can head into setups for our next set of the day, which is player Zero versus Thiago. So this is another Falzar versus Falzar matchup here. It looks like we've already seen player Zero's A code here, but I think this is our first time seeing Thiago, who has a 1900 HP setup with Cust 8, so there's full there's Cust 2 and Cust 1 in this Navi Cust, and then attack max and charge max, so mainly missing out on beat and rush. And Thiago is going to have to rely on this bug fix as well, so both players are going to be looking for that bug fix.
Yeah, and we see we see Thiago has this G code folder.
Yeah, so there's going to be this Grandman SP and Eraseman SP for his SP Navi choices here. Also running uninstall in G code, so it's going to pair well with this machine gun one as well. With the reg static as well, it's going to be a good option against any turn 1 life auras. It's going to be able to threaten your opponent out of popping early life aura.
Yeah, definitely good for punishing a early life aura or an Egregor matchup if they go for a turn 1 erase, but in a Falls Armir like this, we won't be seeing that. Both players here also have quite a bit of area, 4 area grabs, along with Meteor Knuckles, so both players also have a Buster Bug level 3, but player 0 will have an advantage in any potential Buster trades thanks to that Speed Max.
Yeah, and the major factor here that I'm going to point out is that Thiago does have the Recovery 300s in folder, while player 0 does not, so Thiago's packing an extra 600 HP in there, plus 100 from the Navicast, so there's a 700 HP difference right here between the two players. So player 0 is going to have to try to overcome that with maybe these Beast Rush, the Pulse Wind Rat combos, or just the Buster Jam procs. But yeah, with that, I think we can head into the match.
And there's that immediate turn 1 bug fix.
Not just bug fix, but life aura and uninstall as well. Only missing that the machine gun to go with that to go with the uninstall. It is a grass field, but Thiago does not have that many heat dragons. Only decided to pack 1, so there's not that much risk of fire chips coming out to destroy this life aura.
We'll see if Thiago has that static this turn. Oh, and he does, so that's actually gonna remove the life aura, followed up by his own bug fix.
Yeah, both players actually managing to pull that turn 1 bug fix. And player 0 not really getting any value out of that early life aura. PZ going for these pulse combos, gonna try to get a confirmed fire hit 3 on grass, which would be a ton of damage here.
Yeah, the fire hit 3 on grass is always a lot of damage. Ooh, and Thiago whiffs the Erase Man SP. That would have been a lot of damage on the Dust Cross.
Yeah, that would have been a 420 damage D-Cross right there. And PC getting that extra value out of that remaining Elect Pulse 2, using it to just patiently sitting there, and then once Thiago popped the Invis, using it to basically cancel that Invis.
Oh, unfortunate TFC from Thiago there.
Yeah, this anti-damage is going to be destroyed by the Erase Man. Oh, and PZ whiffs the Deal Variable input. Thiago's own Life Aura coming into play here, as well as this area grab. Not able to get the full lock for the Tomahawk Cross charge shot though. Meanwhile, player 0 is going to carry this Meteor Knuckle into the next turn and potentially go into Tengu Beast.
Yeah, he'll probably go into Tengu to try and remove that life aura from Thiago.
The ideal situation here would be to also pull Thiago into one of these side panels to get a 3-panel configuration for the Meteor Knuckle. Oh, players are opting to just throw away the Meteor Knuckle instead. But getting this 300 damage Element Man Fire and getting a D-Cross on Thiago's Tomahawk.
It also interrupted that machine gun from Thiago. That could have had the uninstall attached to it.
Yeah, it most likely did. And I think PZ is also tossing this this Spoutman SP at end of turn, not able to get it in here, so
Oh, and Thiago gets a corner Meteor Knuckle here. And managed to step up to avoid that ×2 Aqua Sword.
a very painful Risky Honey and Elect Dragon coming out here for that D-Cross on Thiago's Spout Beast.
Yeah, Thiago down to just 83 HP left, but I think he does still have his recovs. Oh wow, his recovs got eaten by that machine gun.
Yeah, we saw the text come up for it, but they didn't actually come into effect there.
Yeah, that was extremely unfortunate for Thiago. Wow, he lost both of his recovs. And so now we have this perma-hole field as well, so neither player will be able to get the full area lock. Oh, and Thiago actually trapped himself forwards here, so he's ooh, and misses his Erase Man SP again.
Yeah, it seems like that decision didn't pay off for him. It seems like he wanted to try to camp forward to get an easier Erase Man SP, but it ended up not connecting anyways. I guess you'd also have to keep in mind that if Thiago stepped back instead, it would have trapped him in a single row for player zero's Buster Jam procs.
Yeah, Luck Dragon definitely has a lot of utility with those crack panels, especially when they're already on a permahull field.
Ooh, Thiago managing to take down this anti-damage for player zero with this Erase Man. Oh, into the Muramasa. Unfortunately, that wasn't a max damage Muramasa. Thiago had not taken 500 damage yet, but still a very painful hit considering that ×2 on Tengu Cross.
Yeah, so Thiago's now has a pretty significant lead here, but player zero's folder definitely has the damage to bring this back.
Tomahawk Cross coming into play for player zero here. Not able to get the Erase Man. Kind of risky choosing not to step forward for it. Bug fix coming up for Thiago. Ooh, but able to get this area configuration for Tomahawk Cross.
And neither player has any gauges here either, so this entire match will just be in a normal gauge.
Ooh, Thiago actually blocking the Meteor Knuckle with that Invis, but getting the Invis stripped right afterwards by its Judge Man.
And player zero does still have his Beast out available to him for these Pulse Rack combos.
Yeah, definitely, even with this HP discrepancy, Easy has the potential here for a comeback.
We'll see what Thiago goes for this turn now that his Beast out is over. He does have these cracked panels to deal with, so we might see him go for a Tengu. Ooh, going for a Tomahawk.
Batman SP connects here, doing 360 damage.
And that fire hit 3 is gonna punch right through that risky honey.
Yeah, I guess a double damage and decross on Tomahawk as well, so we see already that HP has swung the other way. Ooh, and a ×2 Aqua Sword. Thiago down to 135 HP here.
Yeah, this could be the game right here from this last Pulse Rack combo. Ooh, but Thiago steps back from the Pulse and gets his Recuv 300 off.
Ooh, a bit of wasted Buster time there from player zero. Not actually staying in the center to get the guaranteed better hits. It was a smart choice to go for Element Man Elec to break the back panels and force Thiago out into the front. And that should have been a confirmed Feather Buster for quite some time. But Thiago at 135 HP now. Oh wow, and Thiago actually dodging one of those hits from the Falzar Beast.
Yeah, and so playerzero now just has that and yeah, that bubble timing was very interesting. That the second bubble immediately re-bubbled playerzero instead of popping the first one.
Yeah, that was very played from Thiago.
And Thiago going for a beast over here. We'll see what he has. Oh wow, the heat dragon and wood dragon. And
oh, but
will it use the fire? It's just random. Okay, it uses the wood. Oh, but gets clipped by the buster.
Yeah, and with that, we are heading into the third and final match between these two. Yeah, that was a very, I want to say close to frame perfect second bubble star coming from Thiago, so it was very well played on his part.
Oh wow, and the uninstalled machine gun whiff. And then Thiago immediately gets his own uninstalled machine gun. Oh wow. That was a very unfortunate turn for playerzero.
Yeah, not words you hear that often. Ooh, PZ getting the edge in this area grab trade, managing to... Oh wait, no. Thiago was still blinking there, so the anti-damage was protected, only to get knocked off by a spout cross-charge shot. Grandman SP does connect here.
Oh wow, the counter hit on the wind rack. And playerzero wasn't able to get the Neo variable out there in time.
Yeah, still gonna have to punch through this anti-damage from Thiago. Going into Beast here would mean that this Risky Honey is going to be used up on the anti-damage here, if it connects at all. Ooh, and Thiago managing to step out of that Aqua Sword. Avoiding that, I think 320 damage.
And now we see Thiago using his own beast out here, but playerzero will get the D-cross with that element, man.
Ooh, and clean movement for playerzero, stepping out of that Risky Honey flight path. And Thiago also not managing to land this Erase Man, because he now has a anti-damage up.
Ooh, and that erase man would have confirmed the Muramasa.
Yeah, and it was a max damage Muramasa, so it could have been a 500 damage to playerzero right there if it was confirmed. Spoutman SP, gonna do the 360 damage hose attack.
And so Thiago is now pretty low on HP. We'll see if he goes for his recovs this turn. playerzero loading up a lot of defense in case Thiago tries to go for his own deletion this turn.
Ooh, just 3 books are so painful when you only have 65 HP.
Thiago managing to oh.
Oh,
Wow.
and PZ takes that set 2-1. Well played to both PZ and Thiago.
Yeah, that was a fun match to watch. That Falls Armor. Both players that seemed like played pretty well there. In the end, playerzero just had that defense to protect from Thiago's meteor knuckle and then finish him off.
Yeah, definitely an interesting set, and well played once again to PZ and Thiago.
And so we actually have a couple of donations. We have $10 from Zay. Needs more Aris pen. It's not, he didn't type air spin, it's Aris pen. So I'm not really sure what that is, but I guess we need more of it. And then we also got a $6 donation from Alejandro Perez. So thank you for that. I think that's the first time a new first time donator, so that's much appreciated.
Yeah, so before we head into our next match, so unfortunately, Symes will be leaving the commentary panel, I guess, for today. But thank you again for joining us on commentary, Symes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun today. Those were some good matches, so I'm glad I was able to join.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Bye.
So yeah, so instead, you'll be stuck with me. And with that, we'll go into the setups for our next match with Josue vs WeenieWhistle. Okay, so I think this is the first time we see Josue playing this stream.
Yeah, that is correct. And it is a Falzar versus Gregor here. We did see WeenieWhistle earlier today, and we know WeenieWhistle was playing his V code. I believe it was WeenieWhistle versus SoulXCross. So there was that Super Vulcan versus Super Vulcan showdown. So we haven't seen Josue here yet, but it is a Falzar 1800 HP setup with attack max and charge max here, so bugged bust. Actually, no, this will be bug stop is in play, so this won't be the same bug jam fishing competition here. But it is going to be G code here, so uninstall to be paired with the machine gun 2. Grandman SP, obviously encode, and then you've got the Bubble Star 3s that can actually be charged with SoulXCross to do 200 damage, which is enough to even break Life Aura, so pretty versatile chip there. And outside of that, I think one thing that WeenieWhistle is going to have to watch out for is SoulXCross. SoulXCross is basically off limits in this matchup because Josue has Groundman SP, Groundman, and Meteor Knuckle. So not even counting Ground Cross and Dust Cross. There's just so many options for Josue to blindside WeenieWhistle and take out that Slash Cross.
Yeah, I think it will be really interesting to see what crosses WeenieWhistle decides to go for, because obviously they have these Bubble Star Elk Dragon combos which are really strong in Electros, but we see on the other side there are these two Wood Dragons on top of that Element Man as well, so I think it's going to be very interesting, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say the other thing I want to point out here is that Josue has this rigged full cust, but no gauges in the folder, and WeenieWhistle does have those two slow gauges, so I would say WeenieWhistle's opportunity to come out ahead here might come from getting a good slow gauge buster turn off, and if WeenieWhistle is just able to keep their offensive cross alive and manage to get in some really good charge shots on one turn, on that one slow gauge turn, before Josue has a chance to lock in those chips and counter that cross, there might be an opportunity to get a huge HP difference off of that.
That's a good point. I mean, we already saw SoulXCross using the full cast very well with that, I believe, Invista. So I do wonder if we're going to see something like that happening again, because I feel like sometimes people undervalue using late game full cast and instead try to use it as soon as possible at the beginning.
Yeah, that is definitely something that tends to happen here. And the full cast, I feel like it has higher value. Like a very early full cast has higher value for the Falzar player when the opposing player has cursor chips in play. WeenieWhistle only has the Erase Man, and so the earliest that WeenieWhistle would be able to do it is turn 1 of the Erase Man, but odds aren't looking good, especially with only Cust 6. And then WeenieWhistle's other chance to get rid of Dust Cross would be to go into Erase Cross turn 1, and then Erase Beast turn 2. So Josue could just save the full cust for that turn 2 and waste one turn of the Erase Beast, and that would give Josue 2 turns of dust digging right into possibly a cross change into Tengu or something to try to get rid of the Erase Beast. But I think that's enough for the setups. I think we can jump into the match now.
Alright, let's do the match and see how it plays out. When we do see that turn 1 anti-recovery, which unfortunately wouldn't be getting any use in this matchup.
Yeah, Josue is going to want to go into Beast and charge that eventually. Ooh, and a turn 1 Spout Cross to make use of this Bubble Star. That is a little bit risky with WeenieWhistle's Bubble Dragon combos.
But looks like WeenieWhistle did go into Fire Cross with the Charge Cross, so if this bubble lands, then that could be massive damage on top of denying the benefit.
Oh! Is this gonna land? Oh wow, it gets 2 hits! So the life aura gets removed by the wind. WeenieWhistle gets hit and decrossed by that for 400 damage, I think, on that one hit, and then blown back into the bubble and hit again for another 200 damage. So Josue just did a 600 damage Bubble Star 3 right there.
That was massive. Doing all of that damage and getting the decross as well turn 1. That was really big.
That wind was just so pivotal right there. WeenieWhistle definitely knocked onto the back foot right here.
Ooh,
and yeah, go ahead.
So I was just saying that this full cast I think is going to get pretty nice value this turn, because Josue is looking at their hand, thinking what they can take, but this is exactly the situation you want full cast. So you can move a bit through your hand and then go into the next turn where you can take out more chips.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, so I wasn't sure. I think that was still probably a miss. They probably meant to go for wood to destroy and deal damage. That was still fine.
Yeah, and now Josue is actually stuck on this panel right here. Gonna need to go either into Falzar Beast or Tengu Cross in order to get out of the situation. Otherwise, it could be a very painful turn. And Josue opting for the Beast option.
Ooh, and they
WeenieWhistle.
do have the Meteor Knuckles into Muramasa to Neovari combo, so this could potentially be basically the game.
Yeah, especially with WeenieWhistle down to 400 HP here. And with no recovery 300s in play. This 400 HP is gonna have to last WeenieWhistle.
Ooh, that was very close to it, and that's
Oh, no.
unfortunate timing. Yeah, all of it goes away.
Oh, and getting hit by another one of those. Dropping WeenieWhistle down to 50 HP here.
Yeah, now with these broken panels, it's starting to look a bit rough for WeenieWhistle. They don't have that Q-Force as their biggest damage potential, but there is still the potential for Super Vulcan Buster. I don't think we've seen that already.
Yeah, unfortunately that would only be 800 damage here, so WeenieWhistle would have to squeeze out a little bit extra in order to actually threaten a deletion on Josue's turn.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, so the Judgment does not connect here. Oh, and the Neo variable gets blocked! This leaves Josue with no option to actually connect with this Meteor Knuckle.
Ooh, that was really close actually. And now Josue has no defense, so they are in Tomahawk Cross. Or at least going to, I believe.
So an area grab life aura turn would feel kind of safe to close this out.
Yeah, oh, I'm mostly worried about Q-Force Windrak, which would potential, and there it goes. The Windrak was used a bit early.
Oh no!
Ooh, 1 HP, ah. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. So the Windrak time there was a bit too early, which, I mean, does make sense. Usually that's the order you want to go for, but because Josue was in Tomahawk Cross, that means they don't get paralyzed from that full force, which obviously saved them that situation.
Josue opting for no cross this turn. He's trying to fish for a start of the turn paralysis with Judgman.
Ooh, risky honey dealing with the first barrier. Ooh, nice, blocking the area grab with the defense, which will protect WeenieWhistle's anti-damage.
Actually a very awkward position for Josue here. They have this grab revenge, which is... It would actually be ideal to hit WeenieWhistle with it at this point, but they're actually the one with a slight area advantage, so they can't use it to pop the anti-damage and invis.
Okay, it seems like they are going for another full cast turn with SoulXCross, which will allow them to hopefully go through their corner a bit more. Let's see if that goes through again.
Unfortunately, that's also going to give WeenieWhistle even more cust here to work with that charge cross bonus. So WeenieWhistle also profiting a little bit off of this full cust play.
Yeah, and just to briefly explain, so what Neryth mentioned there is that charge cross gains +1 custom every turn you are in the cross. So now I believe that brought WeenieWhistle into custom +8, even though they only have the original +1. I mean +3, even though they have the original +1. They both used their life auras last turn, but this turn obviously Josue has the wind and Tengu Cross for double removal, I guess. Instantaneous. The question would be if WeenieWhistle has their own wind track, because life aura does stack with Polypan, which means they would need to do at least 400 damage in one hit to move that normal. Yeah, it's like it was the wind track. Avoids both of the dragons. That was actually really close to the first one, removing some of the poly panels from Josue's side.
Yeah, definitely some well-timed charge tackles right there. Josue actually popping that anti-recovery. They might be able to fool WeenieWhistle for a little bit here into thinking that's the anti-damage in play.
Yeah, that is one of the interesting play points with using different defense types. Josue does only have one anti-damage, so I guess it's less likely for it to be the anti-damage, but could still be an important play point where WeenieWhistle now is trying to debate where they should start the third with. Ooh, nice.
Oh! Yeah, and this barrier 200 is actually going to keep WeenieWhistle guessing as well.
Yeah, the barrier with poly panels as well makes it extra strong.
Ooh, Josue not able to connect any of those Tengu breaths.
Yeah, that was
And
really close timing at the end as well from WeenieWhistle, being able to land that bubble after dealing with the barrier.
Yeah, and that does tell WeenieWhistle that is an anti-recovery and not the anti-damage. And so WeenieWhistle has nothing to fear here, having no recoveries in her folder.
Looks like Josue is still holding on to the encode combo with Knuckles and Neryth, and instead trying to go for that bubble on install, which might be a bit tricky to land with that anti-damage up for WeenieWhistle. Beast Out's coming, so this could potentially be pretty bad, especially since Josue doesn't have any defense, and an air grab makes Color Force seem pretty likely that it will be coming out. And yeah, there it goes. Ooh, is it enough?
Josue manages to squeeze into this next turn with 33 HP left. Really not too much to work with, but depending on how this Neo Variable and Meteor Knuckle goes, WeenieWhistle might also be left in a very sorry state.
Yeah, going into Beast Over is obviously very risky, but with Josue having 33 HP, there isn't too much else they can do in this position. Ooh, nice. So this Raceman is going to connect because Raceman always times out on the second panel he targets, so that will be straightforward in this game.
And I think there's a wind rack to follow this up. So I guess the cross there. Oh wow, cross slash being used by the Beast AI.
Ooh, a single hit.
And for some reason the Falzar Overbeast AI was just firing one feather at a time and then moving up. It seemed to be scared of WeenieWhistle here.
WeenieWhistle did lose their air shoes from that bubble uninstall in the Q4 set, so there is some potential for Josue to try to manage their way to survive for a bit, at least while these broken panels are still up. I do feel like starting with the Bubble Star is going to be very interesting, because if WeenieWhistle tries to go for a Beast Jump attack like Super Vulcan, then the Bubble Star could potentially counter them, giving Josue a bit more time to try to land stuff, basically.
Yeah, I would think that you would want to hold the Invis until a bit later, but oh no.
Oh no, Crush still being active. Let's see.
Oh no, this is going to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
same.
sanctuary.
Yeah. That was basically the perfect sanctuary you want to see. It saved WeenieWhistle and allowed them to move out and freely get the game. Ooh. So this is, I feel like, a very interesting start from Josue. I feel like if it was me, then I would have gone for the very greedy, using Crush to get anger and then trying to go for the 2x Neo variant, but obviously that isn't the same play.
Yeah, Josue, instead opting to use this barrier in order to deal with the rush before sucking up the cubes and full casting right off the bat.
Ooh, and getting the uninstall, and pretty good setup for it, especially with this bubble right now. That's pretty good hand to start with.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure about this chip order though. I suppose this tries to guarantee the D-Cross, so Josue is placing a little bit more importance on that. Ooh.
Oh no,
Oh!
that's going to be very painful.
Yeah, the Invis even gets stripped away by that Judge Man that did 200 damage thanks to the bubble. And then finally Josue ended up with that rock cube getting shot out, so that free 200 damage as well. And with that, WeenieWhistle just lost almost 1000 HP.
Yeah, and I mean, that machine gun was actually really close, because if it was few frames too late, then WeenieWhistle would have been in their charge shot animation, which gives them invulnerability, which means that machine gun could have potentially fully missed, and obviously the Invis would have blocked the bubble, and things would have been very different from there.
Yeah, there was definitely the potential there for the turn to go very poorly for Josue instead. But luckily for him, that 1000 damage did end up connecting on WeenieWhistle. Oh, very painful Wood Dragon. ×2 Wood Dragon right there. A little bit impatient with this Element Man though.
The double hit from bubble. So this is still going to be very much an uphill battle for WeenieWhistle to fight through. So the Invis is getting really nice value, saving them basically. That would have been game last time.
Yeah, I feel like the Element Man from Josue could have been used a little bit more wisely, maybe in order to break panels right before end of turn.
Now Now we see Josue going into Beast out turn with defense, though there is always the potential for chip charge. Don't forget that WeenieWhistle did get uninstalled, so no more air shoes, which can make dodging these Tomahawk boomerangs very difficult. Ooh, perfectly timed defense. And yeah.
Yeah, well played to Josue and WeenieWhistle there. Josue does take that set there. With some very impressive combos right there, especially with that wind, that 600 damage bubble
Yeah.
star 3 put in a lot of work, as well as that uninstall machine gun into the bubble star. Yeah, just a ton of damage coming out on those turns. But yeah, well played once more.
Yeah, definitely well played to both sides. I mean, really could have gone either way with how explosive both of these builds are. So, GG's. Alright, and with that, let's head into the setups for our next match with Salad vs playerzero. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. I think this is the first match we see from Salad during the stream.
Yeah, this is the first time Salad has shown up on this stream. And we can see this very standard Falzar Nabicust here with the attack 4, charge max, cust 2 and cust 1 pieces in here, then beat and rush, the 2 more common PvP Nabicust parts, and then bug stop as well, so there is no need to run bug fix with this setup. And it is a B code with Meteor Knuckle Neo variable, so there's the encode splash for the Giga and the extra damage from Neo variable. Life Aura is in here, but there is no Sanctuary. There's a White Capsule and Double Point as well in here. The Double Point obviously ideally going to be used for that B Banish combo with the Risky Honey 1 and Grab Banish in B code. And then we see the High Boomers, a single fire hit 3, and then the 3 machine gun 3s on B code, as well as the B code SP Nappies, Protoman SP and Blastman SP. So a lot of damage potential out of B code as usual. I think recently we've seen more Gregar B codes, which play out slightly differently. So it should be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, and I mean, I do want to highlight 2 interesting points with how Salad decided to build the folder is. One of them is the 2 grab banishes, so one of them will probably be used with the B banish combo, and the other used more defensively to regain area. And the other interesting point is that White Capsule. So there isn't anything very obvious like machine gun or a multi-hitting combo that Salad would want to use that White Capsule on. So I think that's going to be a wild card to see how it gets thrown around.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think with that, we can jump into the set. Ooh, and a very spicy grass field with Guardians.
Yeah, and I mean, as we saw during the setups, we know that Salad has 3 machine guns, there is that fire hit and that Blastman SP. But looking at the starting hand for Salad, she has basically none of the perfect options to use with his disband. There is the Elements Man, which could potentially do 200 damage or get a decross depending on which crosses I decide to go for. Though Salad is going for the safer play and staying in base man, taking the life aura.
Yeah, that is an interesting choice given that the option to go into Dustcross to suck up these Guardians for that free 200 damage is available to both players here. And on PZ's side, PZ doesn't want to do it most likely because of the machine gun 3 threat, so getting an immediate decross would be painful. But PZ only has a machine gun 1 and Erase Man for the cursor threat, so Salad opting not to do it either is also an interesting choice. Ooh, both players using Element Man Fire on grass here. PZ using it to remove the life aura turn 1. And I kind of like this outcome with having the Guardians on the field because it creates some very interesting gameplay.
Yeah, always.
Like right here, player 0 is actually probably feeling a bit of pressure because this position could actually result in getting locked. If there's an area grab that comes down right now, PZ would be stuck between it, or between this one panel and the Guardian, and would actually have no movement options whatsoever. So maybe a dust cross from both players. Yeah, here it is.
Sort of go for the Prosoman KFC, which unfortunately will mean the sniper is going to stay missing now.
Ooh, Salad has their own invis as well though, so it is going to also prevent PZ from getting anything done this turn. And with that, Salad squeezes into the next turn without taking any unnecessary rock cubes or charge shots. And this will allow Salad to decide to maybe lock in this Wind Rack into some sort of Blast Man SP or Fire Hit play right here.
Yeah, and if people are wondering, that's why Salad kept on holding on to that machine gun. Obviously, it wasn't going to do anything with that life aura play, and it would have left Salad sitting just there to take in any cubes for free.
Yeah, and even using it lets your opponent know that there's one less machine gun they have to worry about in your folder. So choosing to just toss it at the end of the turn instead of revealing it does also give you a bit of an information war advantage. Ooh, but the machine gun 1 with the uninstall attached does connect from player 0's side. Player 0 blocking this Blast Man SP on grass, not taking that 500 damage. But able to deal with the anti-damage using Erase Man here.
That will confirm a charge shot going through, but Salad still has the invis, which will take her into the next turn.
Yeah, and I think we've seen both the Erase Man and Judge Man come out from player 0 here. So any further invis piercing is going to have to come from the Elect Pulse 2s.
So this is going to be potentially a lot of damage. Actually, do you want to explain how he banish works, or do you see that in action?
Let's just watch it happen right here. Well, it's even going to be the Judge Man is going to get a D-Cross, 200 damage, 220 with that book. So the paralysis is in play. Ooh. Oh no. Is this gonna...
There's, yeah. I think it's
only 3 hits.
Oh,
I think only 3 hits connected. I think 3 out of the 5 hits there connected. Otherwise it should have done much more, I believe. So the way the B-Banish combo works is that by using Double Point, you can actually force yourself into an area deficit so that, that the grab banish is always guaranteed. And then you want to try to get as many bees as possible, or charge, use Tomahawk Cross and charge the Risky Honey. And when you shoot out the bees, what you want to try to do is use the grab banish to knock your opponent back into the bees, so that there's just no counterplay, no defensive option available for them. Ooh, Erase Man. It is guaranteed in this position, so I think Salad will wait for the timeout and then do either a cross slash or a double life sword. Oh, Meteor Knuckle coming out here, and it is actually a deletion. And I think that was 5 hits. I think that was a 5-hit Meteor Knuckle on a 4-panel configuration, which is slightly above average there. So the very rare occurrence seeing Salad actually have good luck with Meteor Knuckle.
I like how you specified that it's a very rare occurrence. I mean, we all have seen Salad using Meteor Knuckles in this tournament.
Yeah, and it usually ends up being a little bit cursed.
So I can't help but wonder how many hits I would have gotten to if my Meteor Knuckle went through. Who knows how that could have gone through.
Yeah.
And as Mark is saying, chat, that Salad only had about 700 HP, so it only would have needed 7 or 8 hits to finish the game right there. So you never know.
Yeah, PZ definitely had a very good chance of deleting Salad from 700 HP with his own Meteor Knuckle.
Well, now we see Salad is going for the B-Banish combo, which is interesting. So she isn't going into Tomahawk Burst for that 2x boost. Ooh.
Getting hit by that Elect Pulse 2 and Wind Rack and getting B-Cross there, but managing to get out of the Fire Hit 3 at least.
Yeah, and unfortunately these Karma Hole panels do mean that Salad isn't able to get the maximum boost possible from these bees.
Ooh, I think that was only 2 hits from the Risky Honey.
Unfortunate judgment missing from Salad. There is still that Neoberry. Oh, an anti-damage there will probably buck. Ooh.
Oh no! Yeah, the Neo variable there, Salad just missed the input there for the Sonic Boom, most likely. So it wasn't able to actually pop the anti-damage with it.
Actually, I wasn't paying attention. How many hits Salad would have gotten that Meteor Knuckle connected?
I'm actually not sure. I didn't keep track either. But I think it might have only done 2 hits, but I was not watching too closely. Ooh, Honor Knight says 4 in Twitch chat, so that would have actually been also a pretty good number of hits.
That beat will allow me to basically get reaction time to avoid these Tomahawk Boomerang.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that the Tomahawk Boomerangs, they will always appear from the same position regardless of your area advantage. So having higher area advantage doesn't necessarily do anything in terms of decreasing your opponent's available reaction time to it. But it also gives it some options in terms of destroying obstacles and objects placed on your side of the field. Ooh. Unfortunately, that Erased Man, I don't think was going to be able to do anything either way because of this Life Aura coming into play, so the time freeze didn't make a huge difference there.
Now Salad does have both of the B SP navis, but unfortunately there is also that Armahorn, so in theory I could be trying to camp behind that to avoid Tengu getting decrossed, depending on how this thing goes.
Yeah, if only Protoman SP had some extra brain cells in there to just step forward, because Protoman SP does do a wide sword area slash, I believe, so they could technically hit you if they just stepped into the front there and not trying to step into that perma-hole and falling through. So if only Protoman were a little bit smarter.
I do think the player handbook says that Protoman never takes off his shoes, so maybe that's why he likes air shoes, who knows?
Oh, Salad trying desperately to get this back B.
Ooh.
Not able to get the back B in time. It is harder. It is much harder with the beast input, Tengu beast input. It actually changes the timing requirement for the input. But not being able to do it over the course of that whole turn is very rough. I feel like I've also actually experienced that recently, so...
Yeah,
like
I wonder which match you had that same thing happen in.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Oh, blocking the Meteor Knuckle with anti-damage though. Very well played defensively from Salad here. But still, none of this damage is going to go through thanks to that Life Aura still being in play.
So the area grab will allow Salad to easily, at least more easily move around, but then these Buster procs do
Suddenly,
damage.
2 Buster procs all of a sudden coming through in typical PZ fashion. Suddenly losing 100 HP. So here's the thing, can Salad live long enough to get this wind rack?
Protoman SP is going through, so that will be doing tons of damage to close the gap.
Oh wow, so that... I'm not sure how Salad can really make this work though. 250 damage. So the Blastman SP has to land on grass here.
Ooh.
Oh no!
That was really close.
Salad did not step down for that Blastman SP, and unfortunately, playerzero instead closes out with the water, with the Aqua SP Navi there, Batman SP coming out with the hose.
Yeah, that what happened there was basically everything going wrong for Salad. So not only, I mean, the boomer with the white capsule did connect, but Salad moved in the perfect position where that puts me out of the danger from that Blastman SP.
Well, not only that, but that the high boomer of the white capsule connected, but you had a movement buffered into the center,
Yeah.
so you weren't actually on grass. You did have the Spoutman SP available anyways, so I do think that match should have gone to you regardless, but definitely it would have been closer there if the Blastman SP had connected. In fact, it would have been a 1 HP.
Ooh, and Syronanep is saying that Salad still had an anti-damage there, so I probably, if I TFC'd my Spoutman, then that probably wasn't going to be enough, and so it was still very good.
Oh wow, very well played here from Salad, using this Pinfizz to block the Spoutman SP. Ooh, but Kane instantly pulled forward by that Elect Pulse 2.
Yeah, I was hoping that Elect Pulse 2 would interrupt the animation. I've seen a few very funny interactions where the cubes are mid-air and then they change direction and slowly fly off the screen.
Salad has a lot of chips still loaded up here, trying to knock off this anti-damage to get this Blast Man SP on grass. But I'm not sure whether or not PC is going to allow this this Dust Punch to connect here.
I do think people sometimes undervalue the Dust Cross charge shot because, I mean, it can be tricky to avoid, but it also cracks panels, which makes it even more difficult to avoid as the turn goes through. There it goes connecting.
Ooh, and playerzero was camping Invis anyways, but he's forcing this Invis out here. Maybe getting this area grab? So PZ now has a bit of defense layered up here, but Salah technically does have the answers to it in the form of this Windwreck and this Erase Man.
Very flying on the screen, and so with the area grab is potentially going to block me in place and buffer movement.
Oh no!
That was going to be the perfect position for that near barrier, but unfortunately, it does miss.
Salad being a little bit impatient here, unfortunately, with that the Erase Man not stepping up to get the confirm on it. And that did also lead to the Neo variable. Not only the input missing, but also allowing playerzero to actually get this anti-damage up in place as well to protect against it. Ooh, anti-pulse. Yeah, anti-damage does block that Elect Pulse too. Ooh. Yeah, anti-damage blocking the Proto Man SP, but this the Machine Gun 3 actually getting those 3 hits and then also getting a counter hit right there from that Pulse 2.
Yeah, and that does leave me paralyzed at the end of 10. I could cross cancel to try to go for something else, but that would mean losing out on Aqua Cross.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen your Aqua Sword in play yet, so you might be trying to get that extra bit of recovery and that ×2 damage on it. So there's still the potential for playerzero here to try to greed for that.
Ooh, and Solid does have Meteor Knuckles, which with this arrangement could be 8 hits potentially. Solid gets you on the corner as well. Ooh.
200 damage from Element Man Fire. Oh, Invis. So the Judge Man comes through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 5 hits?
Ooh. And the Windwreck getting cancelled as well, and now the Meteor Knuckles coming from Solid in 3 panels.
So what we saw there was a 4 hit on 3 panels for Salad's Meteor Knuckle, and then 5 hits on 7 panels from playerzero's. So PZ targeted more than double the area, but got more hits than Salad did with Meteor Knuckle.
Even if we swap the number of hits with the panel arrangement, then my hits would have still been above average compared to a Salad cut.
Aqua Sword comes out, but doesn't do anything here. Oh, and this should be game here. I'm not sure which chip Salad should lead with here. I'm really... So will it be the Risky Honey like capsule, or... Yeah, that looks like the play here.
So I think the white capsule there is going to be very interesting because I will need to use the bee back to get rid of the bees, but Salad was able to use her own chips to do enough damage. Close it right there. I do want to say, so it was a very interesting matchup overall. But one thing that we didn't see that was on my side, that in games 2 and 3, I did end up with, I think, about 4 chips in my Navicast from custom bug at the end there. But I think that was very close and obviously very well played from Salad, especially at the end there of the third game.
Yeah, so I guess a very rare occurrence here where player 0 doesn't get the absolute perfect hands here to deal with the cons, the negative sides of the build. So player 0 only had that Meteor Knuckle luck to rely on there, unfortunately. Did not manage to get the ideal outcome and everything else as well. Yeah, that 7-panel configuration, getting 5 hits on it, that's that is freakish luck, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
And then getting only so the average for 3 panels, I think, should actually be, what is it, 4 or 5 hits?
I think it's 5 or 6 hits.
5 or 6 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. So it should be 5 or 6 hits. So well,
Yeah.
well played to Salad and player 0 there.
And yeah, with that, we'll head into the setups for our final match for the day with Salad vs Josue. Okay, so we've seen both of these players play. We've just seen Salad play and so how the build goes. And obviously we've seen that G-code, and I mean, both of them are running Meteor Knuckles nearby, so what else is there to say?
Yeah, we have seen both these builds already on stream. And looking at this matchup, I guess the interesting things would be it is going to be played out in normal gauge, so neither player has any gauges to put into play here. But yeah, I can't think of anything specific to say about the matchup, so.
Alright, breaking world record to the fastest setup discussion. Alright, with that, let's head into the match. Actually, as we're going into the match, I do want to bring up that Josue is running pretty low defense, pretty low on the defense side, so only 1 anti-damage compared to the usual 3. There is that barrier 200 as well, but I feel like the lack of anti-damage could potentially end up being rough.
Yeah, definitely. You want to watch out against B-Code in particular. B-Code can have a lot of heavy-hitting chips, a lot of damage coming out in bursts that anti-damage would be useful in preventing. Especially Proto-Man SP and Blast-Man SP. This is a Falzar versus Falzar matchup, and so Salad's SP Navi chips are more suited to this matchup than Josue's Groundman and Groundman SP. The utility from that panel cracking and potential panel breaking from the Groundman, you still can't undervalue it, but definitely don't have the ×2 potential.
Yeah, and I mean, Josue also has 2 Heat Dragons, which can potentially be scary for all of these wood chips that we're seeing in Salad's hand right now. This is another interesting build. So starting with cubes again, but this time Josue does have that burst barrier and the wreck full cost, so they're probably feeling more safe compared to what we saw last game. Ooh, clipped by that boomer losing that first barrier. Unfortunate. Nice, that cube still lands in the very end turn, but missing the erase man does mean that Salad had to take the damage in return for that. So going into Tomahawk Cross into the next turn, with starting with defense, which I mean I'd say that's pretty safe considering what Josue is running. Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, that nice. Okay.
Yeah, Josue managing to step down from the risky honey, not actually opening himself up to that B banish combo right there. That is some very tight movement from Josue in order to prevent the damage from coming through. It would have been extremely painful otherwise. But now Salad is coming down with this Tomahawk cross play right here.
And Josue is staying in Spot Cross, which they probably feel like is one of the safer cross to be in for looking at Salad's play. Ooh.
So something interesting here is actually that because of this high boomer coming out at the end of the turn, Josue stepped into the middle and is now face to face with Salad, and this actually opens Josue up to some combos here. So there's kind of this forced positioning that's going down because Josue wants to avoid the high boomer hit.
And Salad is taking potentially very high damaging turn. Josue doesn't have defense to block it, but let's see how it plays out. Ooh, nothing coming out, so ooh, nice.
Josue's erase man not connecting there.
And the full cast, nice. So that position, Josue knew that Salad had B code because obviously they already saw that Protoman SP and that only comes in B code. So they potentially wanted to avoid going into a Blastman SP as well, or some of the other B very high damage chips. So I think the full cast was potentially a good play, allowing them to go through a new hand. Both sides building up on defense. Yeah, single charger is enough to fortunately destroy that one.
Ooh, and this Machine Gun 3 is coming out now, but Josue seeing it is probably going to either cross cancel or yeah, I think at this HP level, Josue is definitely going to want to cross cancel out.
So Salad is staying in base Mega Man, deciding against crossing out, but looking at the field that Salad has, so she has an anti-damage up, which means that unless Josue uses a cursor chip, then Salad's animation will keep going through until that machine gun is done, and Salad does have the life aura, so in case something like an erase man comes, then Salad is safe by using that as TFC.
Oh, very nice. Salad being very patient with that life aura, and now using it to block the Judge Man.
Let's see if Josue is able to. Okay, yeah. So the input was true with Josue.
Oh, the Judge Man connects from Salad, so it actually ends up paralyzing Josue. And that's going to be a tough pill to swallow, being stuck on that corner with the grass panels there. Josue doesn't have a clean option to escape that grass panel configuration. So with this Blastman SP in hand, there's potential for this 500 damage hit.
Yeah, and Josue very much wants to cross cancel. I guess not. I was more thinking about the threat from Neryth, but looks like Josue decided to go with the gamble and paid off.
Ooh, both players putting up their defense here.
Ooh. Salad in chat is saying every solution needs a Neryth. Player 0 is great. I mean, I'd say that's pretty accurate. You also have Neryth there would have been very good chip to you.
So this is a very interesting situation here. These are Salad's final chips here, except for Grab Banish, which probably won't see much value. It could still be Beast Charged, so could offer that final bit of damage.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen the Meteor Knuckles from Josue. We already saw the Neryth earlier during the match, but I don't think the Knuckles yet.
So I think if Salad can clip with one of these area grabs being Beast Charged, that will take care of the anti-damage. And then Salad could maybe use the other area grab as is to get a bit of a more favorable area configuration for the Meteor Knuckle. Oh,
Ooh.
Beast Over coming up from Josue.
And the bubble coming out, so we know that's Chico clips Salad, and that is followed up by the Wood Dragon. So unfortunately, Salad will have to hold on to these hands. The Heat Dragon comes from grass, doing a lot of damage.
Oh. And the Ground Man closes it out.
That Beast Over ending up there was very close, and Salad taking that hit on grass made it extra painful, taking that 2x damage from that Heat Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was what really made that deletion possible.
I do think it's a bit of funny rating, but if Josue had one more area, so he was at -1, and then Salad used Meteor Knuckles, that could potentially have denied the ground man speed. Obviously, that wasn't how things played out.
Josue actually going into Tomahawk turn 1 here.
Ooh, and followed by a Polka.
Ooh, actually, did Josue use Invis there to was that a time freeze Invis, or did Josue already get rid of Rush?
That is a good question. I'm not too sure. I think that might have been TFC to the air grab, maybe? Because that wasn't Rush activate.
Okay, so this might have been okay, so now here comes Rush.
Yeah.
So Josue only has one Invis left at this point, and that Rush actually strips the Invis from Josue. So this is actually a very bad defensive situation for Josue now.
Ooh.
Oh,
it's connected.
Assad stepping into both of those Tomahawk boomerangs, the wing boomerangs there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, these Tomahawk Boomerangs are very tricky to dodge, especially because they don't get flashing, so you can have more than one hitting at once. Crossing to Dust Cross, probably being mindful of the Blast Man or potentially Fireheads as well. Eric dropping down. And Meteor Knuckles, is that going to block the Proto Man? Oh, very close. Almost, if that had broken the panel, then obviously the Proto Man doesn't have air shoes, and that would have been blocked.
Ooh, and a double hit from that high boomer. Suddenly the HP is looking very even here.
Solid debating on taking her own Neovari and Meteor Knuckle combo into the stand. Air grab goes in, and the Erase Man. It looks like we'll have an Erase Man trade happening. Let's see who mashes out first. All at the same time. Oh no!
Ooh, but getting a corner Meteor Knuckle here, 4 hits,
Ooh, nice.
sneaking in under that anti-damage, so at least getting some value there. Ooh, and now there's these, thanks to that Meteor Knuckle, now there's these broken panels here, and this very awkward panel arrangement for Josue, so it's going to be very difficult for Josue to get any defensive movement here. So Josue might go into Tengu in order to deal with this. Otherwise, he'll have to stay on these 3 panels and up until they return.
Yeah, which is an interesting mechanic that not all of the people know about. So as long as you are on broken panel, even if you don't have air shoes, you can still keep moving on these same broken panels. Obviously, if Josue had gone to a normal panel, then they would have lost the ability to go back to broken panels. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, so Salad is going to want to go into Tengu to get rid of the life aura. Or is Salad just going to throw away this B combo right here?
I don't think we've seen the Heat Dragons from Josue, so I mean, Salad wouldn't go into Tomahawk Cross. But for Tengu, the Neovari might still be in play. Ooh, okay, so machine guns coming out. Oh no!
Oh, once more Josue managing to dodge the B banish.
That would have been game, I believe, with how low Josue's HP is right now.
Yeah, I believe it would have been... Actually, yeah, I think it would have been game. Or very, very close to it.
Both sides are running very low on HP, and Salad's going for mostly an offensive turn with the single Impes. We might see another beast overplay actually from Josue. Okay, fine. Barely missing that, so the Impes would have fucked that anyway. Bubble coming out a bit too early, but now Salad knows to watch out for a potential Heat Dragon that could be coming through. Oh. That was very close. The Invis lasted Salad until the very end of turn. That would have been a very painful decross that had connected.
Yeah, and that just came down to Josue popping the Invis near the start of the turn. And so in a single normal gauge turn, an Invis will actually expire before end of turn. Whereas Salad waited as long as she could before popping that Invis, so it actually lasted until the end.
No TFC for that anti-damage. Salad's obviously holding onto that life aura. Nice, okay.
Yeah, and that life aura there as well, just as insurance in case the anti-damage gets popped, and Josue had a Ground NSP or some other chip in hand, some other time freeze.
Yeah, that will bring us to this game 3 with both players deciding to stay as base Mega Man, even though there are these very tempting boulders on the field.
Ooh, yeah, 4 hits from that machine gun 3. Not quite equalizing the HP here, but Salad taking a lot of damage on this first turn.
Yeah, and Salad build doesn't have any recoveries either, so the HP Salad's at, she will basically be stuck at the rest of the game.
That is one of the Heat Dragons out of that have been played by Josue now, though, so it looks like Salad is a little bit more comfortable going into Tomahawk Cross. Gonna try and get this, I think this was a Risky Honey.
Ooh, maybe
Or was it a...
Nice, so Salad was able to get the area lock, with Josue now being stuck between a rock and a hard place, I guess. Oh no!
Ooh.
Unfortunate. But there is that life aura though. Which actually, this is going to be very interesting. So, if Salad goes into Tango Cross and tries to use B-back to deal with the life aura, I believe the boulders will block it. So, Salad is instead decided to go for Dust Cross, dealing with the boulders and then using a normal one drag instead.
I think Salad might actually opt to just not be back and keep Josue in this position. Actually, that's what I would actually consider at this point, is not using the B back unless you see your opponent going into Dust Cross. Then you want to have the competition here. Yeah, so here it is.
Ooh, okay, never mind.
Oh, and Josue loses the opportunity to free himself from this. Oh well, the wind gets blocked here, but Salad does choose to suck up the boulders instead of putting Josue back into that area lock with the that area grab.
Yeah, and I mean, that was very clean movement from Salad, being able to dodge that Heat Dragon and then not only getting the D-Cross, but also getting the ball for that tag.
So very interesting. Salad opted to take that potential 400 free damage from the boulders instead of this awkward area trap.
Hard Cross coming down, so might be seeing some bubble stars coming through, or never mind. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Josue does manage to get this area back with the Judge Man. But Salad does block this full +1 area, so instead Josue is left with this just the side panels here.
Yeah, I do think that Salad had the cubes there, so I wasn't really sure if Salad meant to go for that last man SP or instead holding onto these cubes for maybe a potentially bigger turn.
Ooh, that's actually huge. Josue just used their wind rack randomly like that. So
Ooh.
that Josue only has one wind rack. So Salad has this perfect turn here potentially to. If Josue doesn't randomly go into Tengu Cross here, Salad should be safe this turn using this Life Aura. And then on the next turn, if Josue goes into Tengu, Salad does have a Neo variable waiting.
I was just going to say, I believe we still have the second bubble, but there it goes. So now the situation you just mentioned is being put in play. Ooh, there is also that Protoman SP. I guess we'll see which one Salad decides to go for. Okay. So it looks like the play will be the Protoman SP trying to go for the time freeze cross.
Yeah, and I think there are broken panels, but only on the back here. So yeah, this looks like a very safe play here. So to grab Banish.
Ooh, nice. So now Salad just needs to mash it and...
Oh.
So what happened there was an interesting situation. So you might think grab Banish gives splashing, so why would Salad want to mash the Protoman SP? But the reason is that during the drag from the grab Banish, Josue wouldn't get the flashing stun, so Salad would be able to land a hit basically for free right there.
Salad down to 83 HP now. Still has this defense in hand, and can potentially finish this off, if, especially if Josue doesn't have the defense to respond to this.
I don't think we've seen Josue go into Beast out, so I don't think there is a Beast overturn possible. But Josue does have a good bit of HP, so they might decide to wait at least one turn if that was the luck.
Yeah, so Salad still does have anti-damage and invis available here. And then still has the Neo variable and Meteor Knuckle, so as well as a white capsule, I believe. So we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, if Josue stays in Tengu Cross and that Neo variable connects, then on top of that Meteor Knuckles, that could very easily be gained.
And the interesting part here is that if Josue leaves Tengu, then the Meteor Knuckles will actually break the panels and prevent Josue from moving. So there isn't an easy decision here to make. Josue goes into Beast, which still leaves them vulnerable to the Neo variable.
Ooh, oh no!
Oh no!
Okay. Oh, that was the anti-recovery, so Salad just needs to go. Nice! And then... No! Getting that single hit at the end there with that Meteor Knuckles, and that was even a below average roll, which the average would have been 2 hits in that area arrangement. That was really unfortunate.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think Salad did have that win.
Yeah.
Basically lockdown if they played a little bit more conservatively with their defense. But because of that, because of the defense being wasted there, that allowed us to witness the difference between Salad and playerzero.
And yeah, as Salad's mentioning in chat, so we just saw the previous match where I somehow managed to get 5 hits on 7 area, whereas Salad only got the single hit, which is the guaranteed hit, by the way. So the minimum, literally the minimum you can get is 1 hit, which Salad did get at the end there.
Well, so at least Salad didn't get 0 hits, right? at least Salad didn't get 0 hits. So that one hit was very lucky for Salad.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Salad ends up getting a crazy frame perfect interaction where all of the meteor knuckle hits somehow miss or something like that.
Well, yeah, all that would require is your opponent like jumping onto your side of the field with a beast jump or something,
Yeah,
right
that's
as you
true.
try to meteor knuckle, and then you would have a 0 hit meteor knuckle. So yeah, possibilities there. But yeah, well played to Salad and Josue. A very very interesting end to that match.
And yeah, well played to both sides, and obviously well played to all of the matches we've seen today. So that unfortunately was the final match for today's stream. But we are still only during our second week of the 4-week Blood Moon cycle. So what will be happening now is that starting from Monday, we will be having the Top Cut bracket, which will last us 2 weeks. Obviously, stay tuned for another week, another stream next weekend, and then the weekend after that, which will conclude our first Blood Moon for this year. But before we end things off for today, I do want to give a quick glance at how the bracket is looking right now. So this is still potentially, there is still potential for change. So the day isn't over yet. But with that in mind, let's look at how the bracket looks. So as you can see on the screen, we have the current standing. And I mean, as I just mentioned, people still have more matches to play, and there is still a lot of matches to play. But if you are looking at the top 8, at the deciding factor for the top 8, you can see a lot of very close positions. So a lot of players are still going to be contending for these final 2 spaces. And as Salad is saying in chat, Symes did play more matches, so the arrangement or the points for Symes did change already compared to what is shown on screen. Still very much up in the air. And before we end today's stream, I do want to give a quick shout out to all of the donations that we've received since last stream. So our Ko-Fi page is there to support the NWGP and help us provide the continued streams and events going throughout the year, and that we've been doing. I believe it's been just over a year since Ko-Fi started. So again, thank you everyone for all of the generosity, and thank you to all of the donations that we've received during the stream and since last stream as well. And obviously a huge shout out to Salad for organizing the tournament, as well as Neryth and Symes for joining us today on commentary. Finally, thank you to all of the players and obviously all of the watchers as well. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again next week with the first Top Cut stream for this year. And with that, take care and see you next week. Goodbye.